10 years ago today, Ed Longo came here to the TWA baggage claim area at LaGuardia Airport. He was here to pick up his brother-in-law, who was coming in on a flight from Columbus, Ohio.
When I arrived, I came through this door, and I came and took a look at the monitor to see what time his flight was coming in. I noticed I had a little time, so I came over and I sat down in the area over here, which no longer has the seats.
Which was less than 100 yards from where a bomb was hidden in some metal lockers.
I was sitting there, and I decided to have a cigarette. So I got up, and I walked down towards the lock area, which is used to be down there. When I noticed I had no matches, so I said, the hell with it, I'm not going to smoke. So I turned around, and I sat down, and that's when the bomb exploded. When I awoke, I was on the ground. My leg was bleeding. There was no windows left, nothing, ceiling falling down. I crawled out. The scene was very chaotic. Everybody running around. A lot of mass confusion. And a lot of people were in a state of shock.
The blast killed 11 people and injured 75 others. President Ford ordered 400 FBI agents to investigate the bombing. They were joined by hundreds of cops. They interviewed 9,000 people. And it took investigators weeks to sift through the rubble left by the bomb.
As much as was done looking for evidence, very little was gotten. There was not enough evidence to give us a lead as to possibly which group might be responsible. There were a number of groups, 5 or 6 to be exact, that were looked at and are still being looked at. So it's right now it's still unsolved.
Lieutenant Halleman was one of the first cops on the scene 10 years ago. He now heads the joint FBI-NYPD terrorist task force. In the category of unsolved crimes, he puts the LaGuardia bombing at the top of his list. Lieutenant Halleman says that the terrorist task force still considers the case open, but says that it's difficult to actively pursue the investigation because after 10 years, the leads just aren't there.
At this point, there's little, if any, to go on.
A retired police commander who worked on the case from the beginning called the LaGuardia bombing the most frustrating case of his career because, as he put it, there are 11 open graves out there crying for an answer. Frank Grimes, Channel 5 News.